This is Alexis Lopez and this is my process analysis video.
You will be needing all-purpose Bondo, primer. The paint that you want to use could be either black or any color of your choosing. You will need 80 grit sandpaper, 120 grit sandpaper, 180 grit sandpaper. You will also need hardener, Bondo paddles, glazy putty, and a hammer and a heel dolly.
This is what the dent looks through the inside of the body panel, and we're gonna start working on hitting from this side to bend the metal back to its flat shape.
Here you have the heel dolly. You want to put the heel dolly on the outside panel. Then you want to get the hammer and slowly hit from the inside of the body panel to give you a smoother surface to work on.
And we want to exaggerate the sanding. Yeah. Get inside the crack. Circular.
Huh?
Circular. Get in the crack. Concentrate on the crack. Yeah, the dent. Okay.
Huh? What?
Next process, you want to just wipe down the surface you just got through sanding to remove all the material and resin from the sanding, and then just concentrate on that dent and give it a lightly mist of any particular color that'll help you identify the process of taking the dent out. Next process is you want to start mixing your Bondo, and this has a little bit of liquid substance sitting on top, so we're gonna mix that back in there. And popsicle sticks work pretty good when you're doing small projects like this. Get some Bondo in there. Then you want to grab your hardener, and the more hardener you put in it, the faster it dries. And that right there should be good enough for it to dry in maybe 5 to 10 minutes. You want to mix that in real good. If the Bondo doesn't have the hardener mixed into it, it will stay in its regular substance stage that it is, and it will not harden, and it'll just clunk up in your sandpaper when you start sanding. Then you want to grab your spatula and smear it in the dent. Now this dent is not pushed all the way out. It is, a matter of fact, still a pretty bad dent that you will not want on your car, but it is pushed out as best as possible so you won't end up using too much Bondo, because you don't want a big dent of Bondo. You want as less Bondo in it as possible. Next step, after the Bondo has dried, you want to throw a mist of paint over the Bondo to expose the depth of what's left of the dent after you sand. Alright, next step, you want to grab your 80 grit sandpaper, and it's best to use a block or piece of wood to have a flat sanding surface to use. Now, after going through all grits of sandpaper, you should be able to see that the dark spots on the Bondo are small pinholes that need to be filled in, and that's where the glazing putty comes in. And glazing putty dries up real fast. It doesn't need a mixture or anything. It is ready to go. Once it has contact with air, it's pretty much activated. And after applying this glazing putty, you want to give it a light sanding with your softest last grit sandpaper, and it'll be ready for priming and painting.
And now we have the final product. As you can see, there is not a dent anymore.